Through social and emotional learning, the FLY program equips participants with tools to enhance self-awareness, emotional regulation, interpersonal skills, and resilience. Foundations for thriving in personal and community life. Through SEL, students will learn how to communicate effectively, respect others' perspectives, and feel more connected and supported. These skills also contribute to positive behavioral and academic outcomes, as studies show that SEL can improve attitudes towards school and reduce behavioral issues. Hello and welcome. Today, we're focusing on building communication skills that can help youth feel more confident, connected, and understood. Communication is one of those skills that makes everything easier, whether it's making friends, sharing ideas, or working through challenges. Let's explore what it means to communicate well and how these skills can make a real difference in our daily lives. Building communication skills for youth. This workshop is about 60 minutes and works best with a group of 10 to 15 participants. We'll be using journals, pens, a communication skills handout, role-playing scenarios, and a whiteboard or flip chart for visual examples. Let's start with a fun activity. Each of you will share 2 truths and 1 lie about yourself, and the group will try to guess which one is the lie. The goal here is simple, to get everyone talking, laughing, and connecting right from the start. Now, let's get into the basics of communication. So, what exactly is communication? It's more than just words. It's the way we exchange information through talking, listening, body language, and even the tone we use. Why does this matter? Good communication helps us build trust, form friendships, and work through problems together. Here's something to think about. What types of communication do you use most? Talking, texting, body language? And why do you think being a good communicator is important in your life? Let's share some thoughts and see how communication impacts us all. Next, let's explore the 4 main types of communication styles: passive, aggressive, passive-aggressive, and assertive. Each one is a different way of expressing ourselves, and understanding these can help us communicate more effectively. Passive is when we hold back and don't fully share our thoughts or feelings. Aggressive is the opposite. It's when we express ourselves in a way that might come across as disrespectful or too forceful. Passive-aggressive is indirect. It's when we express negative feelings in a hidden or subtle way. And finally, assertive is the balance. This is when we communicate openly and respectfully, sharing our thoughts and feelings clearly. In this section, we'll dive deeper into each style with examples and practice so we can recognize and choose the best way to communicate in different situations. Here are some examples for each communication style. Passive example: a friend takes the last slice of pizza without asking. You feel disappointed but say, "It's fine," even though you wanted to share it. Aggressive example: when a classmate accidentally bumps into you, you respond by shouting, "Watch where you're going," with an angry tone. Passive-aggressive example: your friend cancels plans last minute, and instead of telling them you're upset, you say sarcastically, "No big deal, I love staying home all the time." Assertive example: you feel overwhelmed with schoolwork, so you calmly say to your teacher, "I need some help managing my assignments. Can we find a time to go over them together?" Each example illustrates how feelings are expressed differently depending on the communication style used. Now it's time to bring these communication styles to life with an activity. First, let's take a look at each style: passive, aggressive, passive-aggressive, and assertive, and write down our own examples for each. This will help us recognize how each style might sound or look in real-life situations. After that, we'll pair up and get into some role-playing. Each pair will practice assertive communication in different scenarios, like asking for help, resolving a disagreement, and setting a boundary. This is a great chance to see how being clear and respectful can make conversations go smoothly. Let's dive in and give it a try. Let's take a moment to discuss. How did it feel to use assertive communication in the activity? And why do you think assertive communication might be more effective than passive or aggressive styles? To wrap up our workshop, let's dive into active listening. So, what exactly is active listening? It means giving your full attention to the speaker without interrupting. And it's about showing that you're listening through your body language and responses. Active listening is powerful. It helps reduce misunderstandings, shows respect, and builds stronger, more meaningful relationships. For our last activity, let's pair up. One person will talk about a fun weekend activity for 30 to 60 seconds, while the other practices active listening, using eye contact, nodding, and paraphrasing. Then, switch roles and repeat. Let's take a few moments to reflect on active listening. How did it feel to be listened to without any interruptions? And what did you find challenging about staying fully focused while listening? Let's discuss. You're all doing great. Let's wrap up with a quick recap and a small assignment. Remember the key skills we covered: assertive communication and active listening. For homework, try practicing active listening in one conversation this week and jot down your experience in your journals. To close, I'd love for each of you to share one communication skill you plan to use in the upcoming week. The future of learning and SEL at your school. Imagine a school where learning goes beyond books and grades, a place where each day is an opportunity for students to understand themselves and others on a deeper level. The future of education includes social and emotional learning, equipping students with the tools to be strong, kind, and resilient. SEL supports students in understanding their emotions, building meaningful friendships, and making choices that feel right for them. Together, we're shaping a learning environment where students feel heard, valued, and connected, creating a supportive and engaged school community. Thank you for your time, attention, and participation in this important discussion. This sample workshop was created especially for your school to show how SEL can make a difference here. Together, we have the power to shape a brighter future, building a school community where every student feels valued, connected, and prepared for life. Let's work together to make this vision a reality.